little stripe. The challenges and the impromptu moves of the Wisconsin Voices staff. We should definitely recognize our team and being
doing
able to
organizing
right.
work.
We should be able to talk about moving around and doing things in that last minute, which is, it's a blessing to have a team and be able to work with a team of folks that are able to, come together and think of ideas on the fly. And how's it been going up there for you?
It's been going good. It's actually so um we are starting a campaign like we are doing here
Mm-hmm.
in Milwaukee for online registrations in Madison.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a good team up there. Hopefully the team that I hired this week
Yeah.
is way more successful and encouraging than the other group that was from the week before. It wasn't that anything was wrong with them. They
Mhm.
just were disencouraged about
After that incident that you told me about.
after the incident with
Okay.
being pulled over by well, not being pulled over, but felt intimidated by the police officers in the parking lot.
Yeah, yeah. And I
And
remember you telling me about that.
yeah, and black men like in Madison,
Mm-hmm.
they feel very uncomfortable about approaching other races,
Mm-hmm.
other ethnicities,
Mm-hmm.
about voter registration.
Mm-hmm.
So this group this week is very enthused.
Mm-hmm.
We have what I say four four young men
Mm-hmm.
and one young lady.
Yeah, that's what I heard you
And
had hired about 5 or 6 people.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so far, me talking to them over the last couple of days,
Mm-hmm.
and the work that they been doing. They did Saturday. They did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
They were being competitive with each other about who could get the most registrations,
That's what make it fun. Yeah.
and they literally are trying to hit a goal of 5 registrations an hour. So
Mm. Mm.
yeah.
You already know how we feel about
yeah.
that.
So I was like, wow, okay.
So
If y'all complete that goal, I
Right.
love y'all.
so a couple questions for you just
Mhm.
about what you had went on up there. What was the climate like for you, just seeing the different dynamics between what we do down here? Because we've been down here, we'll hit all the locations across the city of Milwaukee that we know and that we've come up with. And I thank you for helping me being able to drop them terps in, that knowing that I can't view the things that I want to view with my
Mhm.
verification issues I'm having right now. But what's the what's the climate been like up there when it comes to voter registration for you? Like, you being in the organizing game for over 20 years and understanding and seeing all the dynamics, what have you seen in as far as differences in Madison versus what you see in Milwaukee?
um Milwaukee is a little bit more segregated. So you actually know what areas that you can go in to make, that would more likely need
Mm-hmm.
to have online registration available to them. Madison is more of a diverse community,
Mm-hmm.
but it tends to have a high level of homelessness, and it's very high in the African American community.
Okay.
So a lot of um, here we can go to the colleges and
Mm-hmm.
different places, and a lot of our resource centers, and we got a job center right in our office. And when we put the application online, Indeed, nobody applied for the jobs in Madison. So we like, okay, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
But for me working up there years previous, I knew about the areas that a lot of minorities be in,
Mm-hmm.
where there a lot of them being at this center called the Beacon Center, the Salvation Army, Safe Haven. So went to those areas, and actually went to the mall first. I was thinking I would go in their mall and catch some young folks walking around on a Saturday morning, and see if any of them wanted jobs. And they East Town Mall had no people in there, like none. I think it was maybe 10 people in the whole mall. Like, whoa, I ain't never seen a mall like this.
So it's a declining mall, like some of the ones you would see like in a Racine or something like
It was
that.
like in Northridge,
Like
when it was
Northridge, yeah, starting to
closing
decline.
down.
Ugh,
Yeah, starting
yeah.
to decline. So end up going to those areas that I know where people are really probably seeking work, and end up meeting a lot of nice people and telling them to by word of mouth, if they know somebody else that's looking for a job,
Mm-hmm.
had them come up here that day, and I was doing on the spot interviews.
Okay.
And those on the spot interviews was really just seeing it, if they had a decor of
Mm-hmm.
being able to talk to somebody, being
Mm-hmm.
comfortable, not feeling like they got to be overtrained
Mm-hmm.
to do this work, because canvassing, it's not easy, but it's also not hard. It's really for people that know how to just talk to people.
You just opened up my
Yeah.
segue question for you,
Yeah.
man, because we're doing a little Latoya interview because she been gone for a little bit. So we gonna go ask some questions because I haven't been able to talk to her like I usually want to when we going through and strategizing. What have you seen as a uh strong character trait for some of the Madison ones? I know you said that they were enthused with and they got some goals, but what would you see that would be a standout canvassers for you, or what made them stand out for you with you doing them hiring? What was that key
So
piece that you wanted in your canvassing?
I wanted to see them there, were they enthusiastic,
Okay.
and were had they had any type of experience
Experience.
in that nature.
Hmm.
So three of them did.
That's good.
One was already doing the free cell phones.
Okay.
So
Oh,
that's
he
like
switched over
perfect
quick.
for
He
him.
switched over
No,
yet?
he's
Nah.
gonna do
Oh, he's still
both
doing
of
both of
them.
them. Okay, that's what's
That's
up.
perfect,
Okay.
because while he's signing them up for
Hmm.
their cell phone,
Hmm.
he can also ask them about registrations.
Hmm.
And so we started this training out where I showed them that video of Yellow Pain, My
Okay.
Vote Don't Count.
Okay.
And so we got to really talking about elections at that point, and they got to really understand it, because everybody got this idea of, if I vote for president, I did my job.
Hmm.
And so in that video, it captivates. We're missing out on the real elections, that the local and our state representatives that need to represent us.
Hmm.
So after that, I just seen how they opened up, and they were very interested in really learning more, and really grasping and understanding what canvassing and elections and politics was about.
Okay.
So we had a good hour-long conversation about that. And one of the young men, I won't say his name, he didn't have a phone, and he didn't have an email account. So that's how we ended up finding out that the other young man uh, was had the job of doing the free phones.
Hmm.
And he was like, "Oh, I can give you a free phone. Let me go to the car and get one, and you can sign up." And he asked me if he had food stamps or food share, and he was like,
Hmm.
"Yeah." He said, "Okay, well, I'll get you a phone right away."
Hmm.
And I seen how they all start trying to help build each other.
Hmm.
And that's what made me know that they would be great canvassers, because their interest was to help build each other. And they got it's like a bell went off when they seen that video and got the understanding about the politics and who you need to vote for. You vote for president, but as they called it after the video, they said, "Oh, so he really just a puppet." So now they're starting to grasp what our whole our whole election system is about.
Okay.
So they ended up saying, "Okay, he just a puppet then." In layman terms, is what they were meaning. We need to vote for Congress and our representatives and our aldermen and
Hmm.
county
That's how
supervisors.
important we talk
Yeah,
about every other week how important local
yeah.
election is. So, yeah.
So they just clicked, and that's what made it me know, as I was talking to him, that because by the end of that,
Hmm.
that was like a group interview. By the end of that, I would have told some of them, if I didn't feel it'd work out,
Hmm.
well, we got these slots. I'm gonna hire XXYZ, and I'll put y'all on the waiting list. I Over the years, I have just gotten to the point where I don't feel uncomfortable about letting a person know this probably not for you.
Yeah, yeah, and I see that. Yeah. Look, we've had our conversations about, a few folks that we've either encountered, either whether it's folks we have to register, or, people that we might have hired or we're interested in hiring. You was already laying it out and how you could tell the personality traits of a strong worker or somebody was going to be playing. So I do thank
Yeah,
you for giving clarity on that. Uh,
because canvassing, that's the most important part of uh our jobs.
mhm.
is having people that's knowledgeable, comfortable with talking to other people, and comfortable with giving them that knowledge. And if you're uncomfortable, shy, and an introvert and don't like to talk to people, that's probably not for you, because you don't want to miss out on somebody walking past you because you're not comfortable with, engaging people.
Right. Yeah. So thank you so much. We had to get that intro from Latoya because she was up there on a special assignment last week, and it's important that we get a strong group. And like I said, with my little mini meltdown that one week we was in the office, I'm like, man, we need a strong team, man. I'm trying to make sure we getting this done. That's how serious I was about making sure. And look, and you
Hmm.
showing your dedication and going up there to Dane County and getting a strong team. That's noteworthy and
Yeah.
definitely something to speak about. Just kind of going into some things we had going on today, just a few topics. Today we do have Miss I believe it's Bershana. Bershana will be calling in from Just Us of Washington County. She'll be talking about her organization, and we'll probably see if we can get her in after the first break. Just kind of highlight, me and Latoya was going over some topics and things we wanted to talk about today in the office. I've seen a few things. I wanted to get straight on this one because it's two things. I know one. Uh, I've seen the passion in our not just in our organization, but other organizations about housing and how important housing is. And I see the accountability will be held in housing. Looks like that the housing authority, city of Milwaukee, now has oversight from a different entity. I guess it comes in more than a year after nonprofits started advocating for low income renters. So
Common ground.
yeah, there you
Hmm.
go. And I know this is important for you because
Hmm.
we talk about housing, and we've even had individuals last year we had to help
Hmm.
try to find them somewhere, and
Somewhere, pay for hotels
yep,
for them. That's something that I can say us is passionate about, Brain, and also a lot of the organizations that we work with.
yeah,
That's the number one thing. And just a quick little story. I started out homeless, me and my husband and our two kids, and I was pregnant with one and living in the car. Cause I was 18, my mama didn't want me with him, and we couldn't live at his mama house. You know how back in the days you wasn't married, y'all wasn't living together. So for us to start our family, we slept in a van for over 4 months, I think it was, and went to the Y to take showers and wash our kids up, and went to work every day. I had a job, went to work every day. I was actually making touch computer screens and cell phones, but just couldn't find, because I was 18. That's something about housing as well that we
mhm,
need to work on as well. They don't, if you're 18, they don't like to rent to you because you're a first time renter and you're young. So that was my main issue at that time, was just finding a place that would, rent to me,
yeah,
and that was decent.
yeah,
So housing is a very important thing to everyone's life.
yeah, and
Um,
just
our homeless as well.
and then like this, even this topic was going into is really saying is that it's going to be more accountability have to be held on the part of the individuals who own these buildings. So it looks
Yes.
like back in October, Mayor Johnson signed the ordinance empowering the city's Department of Neighborhood Services to handle any property inspections in response to a renter's registered complaint. So this is Kevin Solomon is associate organizer with Common Ground. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
as you said, a nonprofit that works with public house tenants. They've been working to amplify tenants' voices, and this is important because you
Mm-hmm.
can go. I mean, just in little work I've done in the past, you go in these buildings all across the city, like you have, whether it's canvassing or going to see a cousin, going to see your uncle, whoever, and you go in the hallway, you be like, "Whoa,
Shoot, walk up
what's
on the
going on?" Right,
porch.
walk up on the porch.
I'd
You
be
gonna walk
scared.
through?
I'd be walking on these porches like,
Am I gonna
whoa,
fall
am I
through?
finna fall
Yeah,
through this porch?
yeah,
Like y'all got
yeah.
people living here. This one house had a hole right by one of the panels was out right by the front door. So anybody not paying attention, walk out that front door and walk up to it, and right by the handle, you gonna step your feet right there. It'll go straight in the bottom. And I'm like, dang, and it's a duplex, so it's a
Hmm.
rental. Like, wow, do y'all care about the quality of how y'all want how your tenants live? Because I'm sure you don't want to live like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. So it looks like it'll be starting off with couple people in the field going to do inspections, which is I think we
That's great.
they should be able to knock out at least 10 to 15 inspections a day and just going across the city. And it's these individuals who are you probably pocketing all this money however you getting it, whether it's
Mhm.
Section 8 or if it's full payment from a tenant. They should be in a space where they feel safe and nothing's gonna fall or break or collapse on them, because we don't hear about half the stories of things happening in apartment buildings across the
Brian, I
city.
have
You
to
don't see a
tell you,
quarter of them. Hear about a quarter of them.
I just rented a house, and when I first went and seen the house,
Yeah.
man asked for 1,400. I was like, "You crazy? I wouldn't put my dog in here for 400 for $40." But while I'm saying that, I say that to say this: he totally remodeled that house
Mhm.
within 2 weeks for me and upgraded everything all new, and it looks very beautiful.
Mhm.
If you would have seen the before and after, you wouldn't have thought that was the same house. I mean, even in knocking down the wall, because the kitchen and the living room is was right next to each
Mhm.
other, and he knocked down the wall for me. I just simply said, "Well, I really want that wall down to open up the space." And he was like, "Oh, I'll do that with no problem." And I want the sink by the window. Why would the sink be way over here in this
Mhm.
corner? And he said, "Oh, no problem," and he did it. So it's not that they can't do it. And then did all that work. And he originally was asking me for 1,400, and I negotiated with him to get it down to 1,200. Like, I'll give you 12 for this, but I ain't gonna give you it's not enough space. And to say that, my daughter lives in a 2 bedroom apartment. The only thing she has that I don't have is a dining room, but she has no garage, no parking space, no
Basement.
basement, live in an apartment. So they have, you
Is this
have to,
is
the
this
noise coordinates, all this.
this up here or down there in Texas?
No, it's up here.
Okay.
Jatoya.
Oh, you said tutorial. Okay.
Just move to this one
Okay.
and pay the same amount of rent I'm paying.
Yeah.
$1,250 in
Mhm.
this apartment,
Mhm.
and I'm paying for a single family ranch
Mhm.
style house with a
Mhm.
driveway, with a garage, with a backyard, with a pit, with a front yard with beautiful trees in the front. Same amount of money I'm paying. And she like, dang, ma, I wish I could have found the house like that, because she had twins. And she like, I want to raise my babies in something like that. Because like when they get to playing around here, I'm gonna have to teach them to be quiet, because you got neighbors downstairs, you got
Mhm.
neighbors next door, but paying the exact same amount of rent as
Yeah.
me.
So hopefully she only signed like a year, but then she'll be able to like move around when they start begin real active. Because I mean, she young, she got time, she'll
These
find what she want.
landlords, they really that's one small step he
Mhm.
did, but they really need to, I'm sure common ground understand what
I'm
I
happy
mean.
that yeah,
They really
I'm happy
need to
that
start
accountability.
working
Yeah, we
on
getting
these landlords, like Barada, for instance. This is no views of Wisconsin Voices, this is Latoya White views. You just put them rocks up and paint the walls, and paint that front outside, and charge these people all this money. As soon as they miss 1 month, or they can't pay, you running down to a court and evicting them, messing up their name, and it'd be hard for them to get another
that.
house.
And another thing is, and I know we got some crappy individuals when it comes to how you park, how you drive, registering your car, license plates. Yes, we know that. This is Brian from Wisconsin Voices, but this is Brian just keeping it a buck. When it comes to towing people's cars, and everybody across the city is using one tow company in particular,
Always
because they got,
towing.
yeah, yep, there you go. Latoya said it. I ain't have to say it. Y'all towing these people's cars. We out here, people are trying to, inflation is kicking our butt. Y'all getting us at the tow spots. And yes, we know that individuals need to register their cars, but if they're going to work, doing their thing, and you pulling their cars because their registration is a couple weeks old, you shouldn't be able to do that, man. I've seen individuals who have working parents and kids working parents and got kids, and they got to go pull their car out of always and stand in that
And that's
line.
like 375,
Oh yeah, three seventy
all
five.
that.
Yeah, they did it
Yeah.
multiple times. So yeah, yeah, I think that's important. But I just wanted to highlight that real quick, Latoya. I got a couple other topics that I wanted to get to. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, we're gonna definitely knock that one out. Um, real quick before we do head to our break, I just thought we had another interesting topic. We was talking about how Biden administration announced Wednesday it was forgiving $6 billion in student debts for borrowers who attended the arts institutes. So 317 borrowers were will receive the relief that was discovered that a school was falsifying data, knowingly misled students, and cheated borrowers into taking on mountains of debt without leading to promising career prospects at the end of their studies. Well, I think they should do investigations for a lot of schools then,
Because
because we
that's
got a lot
not
of
the
schools
only
that's like
one.
that. We got a caller.
Phoenix.
All right, caller, you on the air?
Thank you for taking my call. One thing I truly want to say, yes, landlords are doing a lot of scandalous things to their tenants. But I'm gonna tell you, when most times that I've seen, and I have a couple of relatives that stay in Barada's place, and normally when they go in and buy some place, they gut them. Now you have seen that done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they gut them, and some people don't have a complaint, some people do. And I'm gonna tell you, just like I don't know if he can keep a regular staff of electricians, plumbers, and all that kind of stuff, but it's hard to find them for homeowners that are trying to get things done around their house. It's a nightmare. You can't always afford Romans Electric, to come out. But you're trying to find people. Maybe we should do a better thing of community electricians that are out there and plumbers that are out there should call in and or go to the community centers as a resource that people can contact them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I can actually make sure that we can put that on Wisconsin Voices website because um I know a couple of electricians, plumbers,
Ooh,
and they're
right.
Hispanic.
Okay, you know
And they
something?
love to do this work. They love why I said that because I keep it real. They love to do this work and remodel housing and all. So
Okay, and then let me
it's
just
just you
add
gotta
on.
find the right people. Um
Exactly.
that's pretty
And then I want
much.
to say another thing because I'm dealing, and I'm a senior citizen myself. Uh, I keep telling them, do not pay anyone before the job is done. And that's the thing I hate dealing with some of us. You come in and you want the job. Oh, could you give me the money to go buy the stuff, the supplies? This is what I do.
With the
Yeah.
upfront pay, huh?
I'll
I
go
got
with you to
something
buy
to
the
do.
supplies with my credit
That's
card.
exactly what we do.
That sounds like some of the mechanics we be having across the city. Yeah, let me go. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna need that 350
No,
right now, and then
I'm gonna need
Yeah.
hold
because
up,
my
bro.
landlord. I'm
Wait, my
telling
part
you,
only
Okay.
150. What you need 350 for right now?
I'm telling
And
you,
then
my
let me tell
Labor,
landlord
labor.
you,
that
when
my
you go with
landlord
them,
that just literally did my house, I did not give him any money till he was done with everything that he said he was going to do on
exactly.
my house before. I'm not giving you no rent, no security, and I'll show you the long text where he was mad on the first because I wasn't giving the rent and security. Okay, you get it when you get it done. He got done on the 6th. That's when he got rent and security.
And see, and I'm gonna tell you the next thing. When you have somebody come in, you do a contract. You write down because if you giving people a list of stuff and they're gonna come back and figure, I haven't been back in 2 days and I'm gonna get paid for what I was supposed to have done yesterday. Not with me, you don't.
Right.
Because number one, you're gonna do a contract. It's gonna be a big one because I'm doing it in phases and I'm paying you as those phases are done. And then you go buy a box of nails and it's 250 in there. Maybe you pay $12 for them. He think he gonna keep the rest of the box. No, you're not.
Yeah,
I'm
so you
gonna
want to
keep
get your
no.
supplies back. Well, thank you
Well,
so much
thank
for
you
Anytime.
so
calling
much,
in. We
caller.
appreciate
All right,
that.
thank you
Thank you.
too.
Thank you. We will take a quick break. You are with Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices, WNOV 860 106.5 FM. Brian and Latoya in the building today, holding it down for y'all. Thank y'all.
Wisconsin Voice's three pillars are protecting democracy. Your vote is your voice. Wisconsin Voices works to protect democracy in Wisconsin by fighting voter suppression, promoting voting rights, and ensuring fair elections for all. Teaching advocacy. Teaching advocacy empowers and educates advocates in Wisconsin by offering training, resources, and support to enhance their skills, fostering a more informed and effective advocacy community for social and economic change. Building community. Wisconsin Voices builds strong communities for a healthy democracy by collaborating with diverse partners, creating networks for positive change, and fostering a sense of belonging and common purpose. Learn more about Wisconsin Voices by going to wisconsinvoices.org. Learn more about what our partners are doing by visiting the events calendar. Listen to recent episodes by going to our podcast and radio. Get involved today.
Remembering what we stand for. At Wisconsin Voices, we remember what we stand for. Check out our movement dedicated to empowering citizens and shaping the future. Engage with us on our website, social media, and podcast to make a difference. Visit wisconsinvoices.org. Explore our events calendar, like and subscribe to us on social media. Listen to recent podcasts and radio, and subscribe to our email and newsletter. Amplify your voice and be a voice today.
50.8% of Wisconsin voters are female. Women drive Wisconsin elections. Free was born in 2016 as the Women of Expo needed space to lift each other up and address the unique pathways and issues women face related to incarceration. Formerly incarcerated and system-impacted women want you to exercise your right to vote. If you're a woman with a prior felony conviction but are no longer on community supervision, you are eligible to vote. Visit www.myvote.wi.gov to register today. If you are currently on felony probation, parole, or extended supervision in Wisconsin, please be a vote influencer. You can still share your experience, encourage folks to register to vote, drive them to the polls, and educate them on the candidate issues that are important to you. Freedom comes when we reclaim it. Participating in democracy is a vital part to have your voice heard and to influence change. Please visit www.expowisconsin.org and join the fight in Wisconsin against felony disenfranchisement.
Wisconsin Voices 3 pillars: protecting democracy, teaching advocacy, building community.
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices Be a Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org.
You're listening to WNOV 860 and W293CX 106.5 Milwaukee.
Guten Morgen, it's me, Brian, with Latoya. Latoya, with Latoya. What's the name? We didn't get the last name. Come on, we gotta keep the tradition.
Stroke.
I be stroking. That's what I be doing. I be stroking. Look, I know them songs from back in the day. This is what happens when you grew up with the older crowd. Stroking to the east. I be stroking to the west. I be stroking to the woman that I love the best. All right.
I be stroking.
That's what I be doing. Yeah, Latoya Strokes in the building with Brian Sanders, Be a Voice Radio with Wisconsin Voices 106.5, 860 AM, 106.5 FM. We do have our one of our partners on the line. Partner, caller, tell us who you are. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Barshana Simon.
Hello, Miss Barshana.
Yes, Barshana.
Good morning. Good morning. So tell us a little bit about yourself and why are you on the call with us this morning? Who are you?
I'm a co-founder of Justice of Washington, located in West Bend, Wisconsin. Of course, we're located in Washington County. We've been around since about 2020. And currently, our goal is to support and guide people of color and LGBTQ populations with guidance and support to live successful lives in the area.
You were breaking up just a little bit, and is it possible you can speak up just a little bit
or
more?
Turn your radio down if you got the radio on.
Again, my name is Barshana Simon. I'm in West Bend, Wisconsin, part of Washington County. Part of Justice of Washington County's goals is to provide guidance and support to people of color and the LGBTQ population to live successful lives in the area. A lot of times, what we experience here is families move to the area only to move back to where they came from because they don't feel like they have the proper support necessary.
All right, so you're saying that the individuals and the people of color and certain LGBT communities, etc., trying to find the assistance that they need. What was the reason and what really made you want to get this going in Washington County? Because you don't see too many groups, outside of Milwaukee that are, trying to, get themselves off the ground, that are, of minority groups. What made you think? What made you want to do this out there in Washington County?
Well, number one, I live out in Washington County, and that's where my kids come to school at in the area. So number two, I was a 220 student. I was bused in certain areas where I was into this, and I knew the type of struggles that is have. So initially, when we first came out, which I still am, I'm an advisor at for the multicultural club,
Uh,
and
Excuse me, Brashant, we're having a little signal difficulties on your end.
Does she have a radio
No,
on?
I think it may just be her signal. That we just
Okay.
you're just going in and out a little bit. But we can hear you for the most part. We just probably need you just to repeat the probably last 15 seconds, unless you can go somewhere with better signal.
yeah, this area, I'm sorry. I was just saying that initially I was an advisor. I'm an advisor at Aspen High School for the multicultural club, and I've been doing that for the past 2 years. And working with different students, you get to work with their families, and I realized that not only kids needed the support, families as well needed the proper support in this area.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so extending that support out there. Yeah. And how has that been receptive? Are the families starting to latch on to your goal and your mission out there?
Families, yes. Other organizations in the area, not so much. Washington County is a very conservative area. They really don't like newcomers. Um, I'm trying to find a nice way to word it. But it's hard when you're not from the area, when you don't look like them and they're not familiar with your family and everything else.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I totally understand. I totally understand. So, when with your organization, how has it been effective for those families that you are helping? Give us some success stories that really touches you, that make you go home every night knowing that you're doing something good for the minority community in Washington County, West Bend.
Many times people are contacting us to be an advocate within the school. A lot of time it's not issues in these schools out here. Just like everyone, there's a lot of issues out here. And sometimes they may have us just to come as advocates, have to meet with administration or need someone on their side or need to understand someone to help them communicate that to administration. Sometimes it's really difficult to put into words feelings and expressions when they're not it's just difficult sometimes, so they need someone who understands them so they can properly translate. We all speak the same language, but we talk different, we feel different than other people.
Right, right. I totally understand. I know
That's
those stigmas they put on us. Yes.
Yes, as well. We do have different outings where families are invited, where primarily it's just us. We go to different places and participate in different activities throughout different days throughout the month. This year, we're doing our first Juneteenth celebration on June 23rd. It is not on June 19th. However, we want people to still be able to participate in like the Milwaukee celebration, Racine, and Appleton, other
Mhm.
counties that are celebrating it. So that's why we're having it on the 23rd, so people can still try to participate in those ones. We're not trying to take over anything. We're just trying to supplement and bring awareness to our community.
That's great, and we're going to be there to support you as well. That is great. Um,
Thank you.
Thank you so much for all the amazing work that you do there. I understand, like you said, conservative county that really needs some diversity training in their community. So thank you for highlighting that.
If anybody was interested in just seeing what you do or how you do your work, just highlight, give us a couple tags, or what ways could they just reach out to any of your sites and see what you got going on.
Or donate to your organization.
They can do either or on the website, justusofwashingtoncounty.org. You just spell it all out, just us, JUST and US, WashingtonCounty.org, as well as we are on Facebook.
Okay, she said just us, WashingtonCounty.org. Just us, WashingtonCounty.org.
No, just us of OS, WashingtonCounty.org.
Justice of
No, just us of Washington County.
just us of WashingtonCounty.org. I'm trying to, because you're breaking up a little bit, so I'm trying to say it. No, it's no fault of yours. I'm trying to say it so people can know how to get to the website. I'm sorry. Yeah, just for us, WashingtonCounty.org. Just for us of Washington County.
Just us of Washington County.
Okay, would you say it?
Yeah, I
know
did.
What I'm trying to say.
I did. I said it multiple times. So it's all good. So yeah, we know that we'll be working with you, getting some things. We just want to make sure that we highlight our partners. It's important for individuals in the community to know that our partners are out here doing things, not just in Milwaukee County, but we are reaching out. Now, when it comes to any other events, do you have any other events that individuals that you would like to know about? Especially, you have listeners and viewers across the city of Milwaukee that do like to step outside of the city and the county to go to other events. Any other events that you would like to highlight, or anything that you got coming up outside of the Juneteenth event that we should be sharing?
So all of our events are members only, not the Juneteenth event. And there are some events throughout the year. However, we do try to get a so we know who's coming and we can kind of regulate to make sure that there will be no disruptions or anything of that nature.
Okay.
However, if someone is interested in becoming a member, they can do so on the website. Not only is open to anyone who lives here, you can work here, you can have family here. So it's not just you have to live in Washington County. You can also work. So even if you're in Milwaukee County and want to spend your days in Washington County, that's totally fine as well.
I like that. Yeah, I like that you even open it up to that uniqueness of, even if you live out there, you can still, if you even work out there, because they say you're an individual that's working out there, you're spending money, you're going to stop at a store, a restaurant, you're going to patronize some establishment, you should be able to have some type of connection. And I think, especially if you're, a person of color or any minority that's working in Washington County, you want to get connected with a group that is unique like this one, you should be able to reach out. Again, that is just us of WashingtonCounty.org, where you can reach out to them. Brashana, I appreciate you for calling in. We definitely want to connect with you. We're looking forward to working with you. If it's anything that you want to, bounce off as ideas or anything that's coming up, please get in contact with myself or Latoya. We're always trying to figure out ways that we can empower the organizations that we work with. So again, I really do appreciate you for calling in. Do you have anything else that you want to share with us before we let you go?
Not, however, I hope we're able to see as many people at Juneteenth celebration, that this is our first event.
All right, so yeah, one more time. I think you were saying that how it was your first Juneteenth event, and that you were looking forward to the support. It's kind of going in and out again, but yeah, we're definitely going to promote that. We want to make sure people outside of the city of Milwaukee and county of Milwaukee know that as well. Again, thank you for calling in, and have a good rest of your day.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely, that's cool. So see, I like that. I have some ideas that I want to bounce off between you and Tamika that we could talk about, because I know we got some things setting up that we want to. Are coming up that we want to get off the ground. Even like when you was mentioning, we got a caller. Even just last week when we was mentioning, talking about how we want to create some events to get the voter registration done. Even though we got those main events coming up, I think we really should set something to the side that we try to create something between us and maybe 3 or 4 organizations that just spark some of that energy going into that August election and then that November election. Caller, you are on the air with Via Voice Wisconsin Voices. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Am I coming through? Good morning.
Yes, you are. Good morning.
Coming through.
Morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Latoya. Welcome back, dear.
Thank you. Glad to hear from you, Mr. Ward.
Good
Mr. Ward, I got beef with you, man. We got to talk. Hold up, Mr. Ward. Before you get to talking, man, we got beef because you never show me no love, man. What's up? What I do to you, man?
I do, man. I always take it after you, Mr. Ryder, man.
Did I meet your daughter at one point, man, or something like that?
You may have. The Dr. Andrew Ward and I, we may sound like we're 2 different people. I'm Tyrone W.
Tyrone W. What's going on? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I know. The one that never shouts me out and shows me no love.
I do. I always say Mr. Rideout, man.
No, it's Brian.
Well, I mean, I got to meet up, but I mean, well, Mr. Rideout, Mr. Brian, Mr. Carvey, Mr. Scarvey, you know, Debo.
So Brian,
don't let them mess with you.
Brian,
They
I work
just
for
mad.
Wisconsin Voices. Latoya Tamika and Latoya pointed out a couple weeks ago how he never says anything to
No,
Brian.
Latoya did. Tamika did.
Tamika,
that's
you
my,
was in support.
That's my boy.
Oh, well, excuse me.
I got respect and love for everybody. So
No, I'm just messing with you, man. I'll just be talking mess. I like to play
Brian
around.
But anyway, yeah, good morning, Milwaukee. Tyrone W. speaking. You know, I appreciate the fact that you know, I mean, but especially with a lot of the college students, you spoke about the landlords. I know I did Habitat for Humanity for many years. Actually, what you can do as a college student, you can team up on those, and you can actually dedicate your hours to one individual to get that house. I know as it started out, the initial with Jimmy Carter there, they start building them from the ground up, brand new.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of morphed into what it pretty much is now as a, you know, gut them out, and then pretty much you get brand new stuff in it, you know, but it's gutted out, you know, as opposed to the frame being brand new, you know, you're gutting it out. And so basically a lot of this stuff that's really run down, torn down and stuff gets gutted out if it's salvageable. And then you may have to get somebody on it. I believe it's something like, oh man, I forget what the number of hours is, but it's several hundred hours, you know, a number of hundred hours. And then that gets put towards and you actually move into the place, brand new stuff and everything. And of course you'll pay taxes on it and everything, but you become the owner of the property. So that may be something college students may want to, you know, venture into as teammates, you know, and then you can dedicate and devote your hours to one or two individuals. And that's something that can, you know, come to fruition as a team, you know, as you dedicate your volunteer hours to one or two individuals. Then I still have hours that, you know, that I have there, but I did it for years there. I just have the hours sitting there, you know, for whoever, you know. But like I said, it's something that, and I know the Bucks say for every tip that we win, we give $500 to Habitat for Humanity. Well, somebody needs to come in and talk about where some of that money's going to. I know materials are expensive and all that, but if you got people volunteering, you know, because a lot of the work that I did was on houses from North Avenue to Fond du Lac and from like 35th, I'd say probably from maybe 32nd on up to maybe Sherman. Let me see. What is that? Sherman. Sherman. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I did a lot of the homes over that way, and they actually the finished product turned out to be pretty nice, you know. So they're talking about, you know, a lot of these different places with brand new homes and stuff like that. Well, a lot of the finished product turned out pretty good with brand new stuff in it and everything, and you know, the people were very proud to have gotten properties once they got them then. So that may be something that college students may want to look at as something to help get them at least into the door of their first piece of property, you know, and then moving on from there then. So thank you very much.
So
have
much.
a wonderful day. Thank you.
You too. Thank you for that that tip.
There's a lot of construction.
Mr. Tyrone W.
It's a lot of construction and things going on in the city, whether it's random roads or streets that you might not even roll down. I rode down 20th yesterday for the first time in a few months, and 20th always needed that work. But I rode down there yesterday, and it's a piece of a slither of a little small piece of 20 you can ride on between what is that where we starting at Hopkins and obviously going all the way towards.
What you mean from Fond du Lac to Walnut or something?
Yeah, I guess we're starting at Hopkins. We started at Hopkins. It started at Hopkins all the way down, and you know, for years, man, I done tore up some suspension all the time. Man, you ride through there. I'm telling you, anytime, especially at night, you're gonna hit one of them dips. And I'm thankful that they doing a lot of the inner city. Oh, Valit just looks beautiful now.
Yes.
I'm happy to see Valit done. My mechanic moved from over close to my side of town to the other side, and now those small streets, those forgotten streets, I like to call them, that have been needing work for a long time. Toya, what you think about this? And
I just want to give a shout out because she kept jumping in and out.
Who's that?
To Just Us of Washington County.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
It's a 501c3 organization that provides support and guidance to Black, Indigenous, people of color populations, as well as the LGBTQ plus individuals and families of Washington County. Just for Us provides people with the tools needed to live successful lives in Washington County that is of minority. And I just wanted that to be clear because she kept breaking up, but she's doing some amazing work there from what she's doing.
And it take courage when you going outside and you being the real minority of a county and you going up there trying to establish some comfort to people who moved up there for whatever reason, you
For
know,
some
job
dignity.
opportunity. I almost took a job up there and you know, God didn't have it work that way for me, but you know, I would have been a part of that, or at least interested and want to be a part of that.
Mhm.
You know, just say if I was on that side, like I would like some support up here in this county that, you know, doesn't seem as too receptive to, you know, individuals coming in that, you know, are new from other areas or
Yeah.
maybe more urban environments.
Because we have 72 counties.
Yeah.
And of those 72, whew,
Yeah.
more than 60% of them are conservative. And I can say that with experience from not just living there. I'm from not living there, going up there to organize in different counties. I organized in all 72 counties in Wisconsin for home care for SEIU, Service Employees International Union. And I promise you, I've had guns put in my face. I've been threatened that I need to be out of there by the sunset. It's really amazing work that she's doing up there and taking that chance with living up there and wanting to have a better life and enduring with her children and her family the bout of racism and the conservative way of life and not wanting to see anyone else of minority in their communities. So I think that's some amazing work that she's doing.
It is. Yeah. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and Mr. Ryder, what you feeling? How you feeling over there? I think we're gonna go ahead and get us a little break in real quick.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. And we'll get back in. We'll just talk about some exciting news going on in Milwaukee, and then something that me and Latoya was talking about before we get off the air. You are on 860 WNOV AM, 106.5 FM via voice radio with Wisconsin Voices. Me and Latoya Stroke and Ryan Sanders, I guess. Again, I don't have any aliases like that. Nick Sanders. I know who that is. We'll be back. here just trying to help them with some stuff. We can talk about that too.
Yeah,
We'll send it to
talk
them.
about
Yeah.
that later.
No, we do it because I got some stuff I want to bounce. Well,
No,
ideas I
no.
want to bounce off that shit later. Yeah, right. Because it sounds crazy. What clowns do we have in Milwaukee? It's gonna pull up something else. I'm gonna pull up a clown, all right. It ain't gonna be no entertainment clown. But yeah, just one more thing that I was talking about, because we always love talking about things going on in our community that's important today, just for everybody in the studio and listening around the city. Today, Milwaukee Public Museum will be breaking ground on the $240 million project today, May 7th. The event today will kick off at 1:30 at the site of the Future Museum on the corner of 6th and McKinley streets in the Haymarket neighborhood near downtown, and will mark the significant milestone in the project. So this right here is the breaking for our interesting designed museum, which some people have said looks like some Folgers coffee cups, or maybe I said it. I just think it looks like some Folgers coffee filters put together, but maybe it'll the last renderings or the physical renderings look different. But we got that new museum that'll be opening up in Milwaukee, I think in 2026, if I'm not mistaken. What y'all think about that? It's this they've been planning this and been working on this. Are y'all excited about the new museum? I hope they got some real eye-popping visuals in there. Maybe I'm gonna send something to whoever's on this board, like, y'all gotta make this like visually appealing, like, take some ideas from some of the Chicago stuff and incorporate it, and then double up on that. Because I went to a exhibit in Chicago a few weeks ago, and they had this, and it was important. It was about the plastic particles that are in our water, and it was so deep, man. It was talking about the microplastics, and I don't know if y'all got too deep in that, but every little documentary I watch about the ocean for the last 7 years, microplastics been it. And they had this floor that was this visual floor that you could walk on, and it had like, it's almost like you was walking on like a mirror screen, and it was projecting all the way from underneath your feet all the way up in a curvature into a screen. So little stuff like that. Let's get that tourist money into Milwaukee, y'all. This is what it's about. Get that county monies, get that county tourist money, so we can have more options for whatever we need in the future once this building opens up. So I think this would be pretty cool. And the last thing me and Latoya was talking about today, which is funny, we was talking about how a Japanese company introduced the first ever 6G devices, which are 500 times faster than 5G. So it's 4 companies, and this is from a tech report, that have created the first ever 6G device prototype. It's said to be 500 times faster than 5G and can transfer data to a distance of 330 feet. There's no
Tell them the example of how fast it
I'm
is.
about to go into that. That's exactly what I was about to go into next. So, since the infrastructure of this is not open to the public yet, it won't be introduced to the public for some few years from now. So we won't be able to use this until probably like 3-4 years or more. So what Latoya is talking about is that topic is how fast the data transmission is. So the 6G is offering a staggering data transmission of speed of 100 gigabits per second, which is at least 20 times more faster than a 5G processor, and its overall speed is 500 times faster than 5G. And what Latoya is getting to is that you could download 5 HD movies per second at this rate.
That's
5.
fast.
You could download. Look, everybody, all the little downloaders, like 5 movies. That's gonna change the game if the bootleg game is still here at that time. But
Yeah.
that's extremely fast. So they've been working on this project since 2021. So it's just telling you that this will be another technology that you will be having in your life in the next 4 or 5 years. And if this is your first time hearing it on Be a Voice at Wisconsin Voices, at least it was legit. But this is something that we all be having in our communities in years to come. So Latoya, what we got wrapping up this week? What we got going on as far as the not even wrapping up this week, but what are some of the things that we got going on this week, or some things you
I'm doing a lot more investigation into this replacement of Claire Woodall, election admissions executive director. With 2 major elections coming up for us, that's kind of really important. And for it to have an assistant that's been there 1 year prior to her being there for at least 4. So it's just kind of a little alarming, like how did this build up, and what was the reasoning for this unexpected change. So just investigating that, and probably you'll talk more about it on Friday.
Yeah.
We got the pantry
Mm-hmm.
as usual this week,
Mm-hmm.
and we're supporting partners in any way we can to make sure we highlight our partners and the issues that they're working on in the community.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining Latoya Stroke and Brian Sanders, Nick, with Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices on 860 WNOV 106.5. Thank you. Have a good day.